Alright, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite vlogger and YouTuber, and in this video, as we can see, I'm wearing my RODE t-shirt. Now, if it's not that obvious, there we go, RODE t-shirt. So basically what this means is, this is the first of a bunch of videos where I'm going to be using RODE microphones with the GoPro Hero 11 Black, and to start this off, the best vlogging mic ever made, which is the RODE VideoMicro. Now, just a couple of quick things here. I'm using this amazing little rig here, which is all based around Ulanzi products. There's going to be an in-depth video about this rig soon, and I'm also using the GoPro 3.5mm mic adapter to do this. Now, the audio in the video has been raised back up in post by way of my usual process, which is a slight limiter just to take out the erroneous few dB at the top of peaks that nobody really needs, and then just regain the whole thing back up then to give it a much louder output on YouTube, because I have to do that to compete with all the tools on YouTube who just do dead loud sound. But definitely there has been no extra EQ added and there's no heavy compression going on, so let me get into this. Okay, so here I am outdoors with this vlogging rig. Now the thing is, it's been absolutely pissing down all day, and like it was like dead heavy rain earlier on, then it went drizzly, then it went dead heavy again, but it must have been like pissing down for about 6 hours solid. And the thing is, I can't go walking down the bridle path that I normally walk into the park, because that's got to be covered in mud and crap and everything, and I'll only either ruin my trainers or worse than that, slip over and get covered in crap and stuff like that. So I'm not doing that. So I think what I'm going to have to do for the best part here is to stay on like the pathway and stuff like that. Now the thing is, immediately you're probably going to be looking at this going, oh, but that all looks like really dead dull and stuff. Well, do you know what? This is realistic vlogging with a GoPro, because what happens is, you see all these videos with all these people in like dead exotic locations and whatnot, and like, you know, they're on like jet skis and like they're doing all kinds of funky stuff in like the Bahamas or somewhere, and it's like, really, is that your average person's usage for a GoPro? No, it's not, right? This is what your average use of a GoPro is all about, you know, for doing this vloggy thing, and dare I say, some of your travel stuff and all that. So yeah, this is a very realistic use of a GoPro. Anyways, yeah, so what I'm going to do is just walk, as I have done, in and out of this lighting condition here, and just to kind of explain what I've done here, I have reset the camera, so any settings that I'd kind of put in myself the other day, I've wiped all them out now. So this has basically gone back to, say, factory settings as far as the presets are concerned. So the only thing that I've done here is to switch it over to 25 frames per second and narrow down the field of view to linear. Now, what that means is, this is exactly out of the box as you can get, or as out of the box as you can get. So this is the kind of setting that most people would be using, because like I've already said, the vast majority of people don't want to be tooling around with the settings, and in fact a lot of people don't even understand what those settings are, so they just want to use something which is kind of already set up to use from a preset. Okay, so what I've done here then is I've just literally popped down this little rig on a wall here, so obviously I can go hands-free and stand in front of the GoPro and do me thing. So what I'm going to do is just walk off a little bit, just so we can get an idea of the flexibility of a setup like this. But the only thing is, obviously I can't walk too far away, otherwise my voice is going to drop right off with the microphone. So I'll come over here and stuff and just kind of walk around a little bit. You may already see that I've got all kinds of crap on my trainers, and I've come up with white training shoes on today. What a tool. Anyway, so what I'll do, let me just come a bit closer back to the camera and stuff. Yeah, so anyway, what I'm saying here then, the flexibility of a setup like this is if you walk past something like a wall or whatever, a flat surface, you can just open up the tripod legs on this little Ulanzi thing and pop it down on a wall. Dare I say, this particular little Ulanzi grip thing is based on the GoPro Shorty, but I just think it's a lot better because you get a little bit more extension out of it and stuff like that as well. Anyways, let me carry on walking and talking and talk a little bit more about Ulanzi, although this is a video about RODE microphones. Yeah, so that whole Ulanzi thing, right? I don't think I've ever bought a bad product by Ulanzi. They just do really dead cool practical stuff. I mean, everything on this rig is Ulanzi, and you know what, I didn't even do that on purpose. What it was, I was going to buy the Shorty the other day, and then I noticed this Ulanzi grip thing, and I thought, you know what, not only is it a lot cheaper, it does look a bit more flexible because of the length on it and the extension, and it is. So the thing is, I bought it, and then I realised, hold on, I also use a Ulanzi vlogging case, which is the G9-4 or G9-4, which I probably would already have mentioned. But then on top of that, when I brought out the little, like, you know, offset bracket, that's also Ulanzi. So without even doing it on purpose, I've kind of built up a rig solely of Ulanzi products, and I have to say right now, this is the best like vlogging rig for a GoPro. In fact, I will have done a video about this, or I might do a video about this. I don't know whether I will already have done it or not have done it, as in put it up to YouTube before this one goes up. Did I just spit on the camera? Oh dear, I am a messy little boy, aren't I? Anyway, yeah, so this Ulanzi stuff, I just think it's awesome, do you know what I mean? And like I say, I'm definitely putting this setup here as the best possible like vlogging rig for a GoPro. And the best bit about it is it's going to be a lot cheaper than most other options as well. Do you know what? Sod it, I'm going on the grass now, because the reason is because I've already got crap all over my trainers, so I don't think it's going to make any more difference really if I get a bit more crap on my trainers. Anyways, what I'm going to do is go into the top field here and do a bit of a cardioid thing as well. In fact, on that point, just before I forget, let me just cut away to something that I did by the noisy traffic earlier on. Okay, so to my noisy traffic test. I was going to say the road test, but it might get confusing because it's a road with a RODE microphone. Anyways, here we go. A ton of like noisy traffic. It is actually now, it's 28 minutes past the hour of 5. We're defo into rush hour here, so this should give us a really good idea of how the micro is picking me up against all this like noise off the road here. Also as well, it has actually gotten a little bit breezy right now, so hopefully the dead cat of that breeze just picked up a little bit there. Hopefully that dead cat is like knocking out the breeze and stuff and all the rest of it, and hopefully the microphone was picking me up okay against that noise there. Now what I'm going to do here, give us a second until the traffic goes like noisier again. Okay, the traffic is about to get noisier again, so here we go. Noisy traffic now. Now what I'm going to do is turn away from the traffic, so the microphone should definitely be picking me up great right now. However, if I point into the traffic, the microphone should be picking up the traffic more than me now, and then if I turn back around this way, it should be rejecting most of that stuff behind it. Okay, so hopefully that thing by the road there with all the traffic, hopefully what that was showing us was that the micro was picking me up well enough. And also when I did like the bit where I was turning it away and stuff like that, that should give us a really good idea about the type of rejection due to its cardioid pattern. However, now that I'm in this field here, what I'm going to do is a proper cardioid test just against my voice. So give me a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is a cardioid pattern test. Let me just briefly explain what that is. This particular microphone, the RODE VideoMicro, is a cardioid microphone, which basically means it picks up most of its sound from in front. So what I'm going to do is turn the entire rig round through 360 degrees, and as I do that, we should notice my voice drop off a bit. Now that was something similar to what I was doing by the road, although with the road that was really to see, you know, like how much we could pick up of me, should we say, against the traffic and stuff. But right now this is just a proper test for the actual, like, you know, cardioid response of the microphone. So right now I'm talking straight into the direction of the microphone, so this is what we would call completely on axis or 0 degrees. So this is its best pickup pattern as far as as far as where my position is in relation to the microphone. Anyways, right now we are like 90 degrees off axis in one direction, so I should have dropped off a little bit there. Will still hear me, of course, and hear other noises, but I should have dropped off a bit there. Now I've just turned it right opposite me now, so I'm completely behind the microphone. This is basically what we would call 180 degrees off axis. So right now this should really be the quietest that I'm going to be as far as the microphone picking me up in this particular like test here. Now what I'm going to do is turn it to the other 90-degree axis from me. So basically the microphone is kind of like the same type of position as it was on the first 90 degree, which basically means I'm still going to be not as loud as I am from the front, but maybe I'm a bit louder than what I was from behind 180 degrees off axis. Now I'm right back round to the front again, so I should be now the loudest again because I am completely on axis. Anyways, I think that should do it for all this bogus stuff that I've been doing in this video. Now what I'm going to do just to finish this video off, because I can't go sitting down on the park bench because I'm going to get my arse all wet and everything because it's really been raining. So what I'm going to do is just kind of walk myself out of this one and explain why I still believe, after all these years of using them, that I think that the RODE VideoMicro is the best vlogging mic ever. See, for me, it is just a very, very functional microphone, and it is built like a tank. I've had a few of these, and not because like they break or anything, but because I like them that much, I actually modify them and do my own things with them. This one obviously is an unmodified one, obviously, but I use the bodies on them because they're just perfect. I mean, literally, they're like tank proof or something. You could drive over these, and I think in certain conditions you probably would still have a working microphone after it. Now, I know there's some people out there who go on about the tonal qualities of this mic. Oh, it's not bassy enough. You need to get yourself a something MM1. Well, that something MM1 is a crap mic as far as I'm concerned. Now, all these people who go on that like the micro isn't bassy enough, well, the thing with that is just the frequency response of the microphone. And yes, it does have a fairly sharp drop off at, like, you know, the low bottom end, but I tell you, for vlogging, that's a massive help, because when you're around stuff like all that traffic and crud, you don't get all that low end rumble from like engines ticking over and stuff like that. And in other scenarios as well, where you've got like real like low frequency sounds going on around you, which would otherwise swamp the bottom end of the frequency response, this mic suffers a lot less from that type of crap going on around you. And I dare say that wherever the bumps are in its frequency response, intentionally or not by RODE, it just really helps to pick up dialogue. And at the end of the day, vlogging is about dialogue. So for me, it's just a massively robust microphone. It's got like a great frequency response like curve for dialogue, and also you get a dead cat with it, and the price is just like the most reasonably priced microphone that I can think of. I won't go into prices because they obviously change and stuff. There will be links for all that stuff in the description below, but the price of this and for what you get with it, it's just insane. And like, it's one of those, it's kind of like, it's almost like my first vlogging mic, you know. And I think in the past that was kind of like the way people would deem the VideoMicro, would be like, it's my first vlogging mic. Well, I tell you what, it might be your first vlogging mic, but it might end up being your last one as well, because I've burned through tons of microphones and nothing is actually quite as, let's say, I mean, what it is, I can't say as good, because there are obviously other microphones which may sound better subjectively or objectively, but the thing is, what you're getting for like value for money and like, you know, like durability and stuff like that, you seriously can't really beat this particular microphone. It is just insane. Anyways, I'm diving off now because I've got other stuff to get on with in the park. I've brought another microphone out with me here. Now, I will be burning through a whole bunch of RODE microphones with the Hero 11 here, so if you're into your RODE mics and stuff and you want to kind of get a good idea of what they're going to respond like with the Hero 11, defo, like, you know, keep an eye on my channel. In fact, I keep saying that thing, keep an eye on my channel. No, don't do that. Subscribe to my channel and click on that bell notification icon thing. And while you're at it as well, give the video a thumbs up and whatnot, because apparently it really does actually help. It's on YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start begging for subs and, like, you know, thumbs ups and all that crap the way other YouTubers do. Also, there will obviously be a whole bunch of links in the video description here to all the stuff that I've used, and I'll also link to a ton of other RODE mics and stuff like that. Let's see, there is another video that I'm going to do, and I should do this one really soon, and that's going to be with the Go 2. Okay, now anybody who's been familiar, oh look at this, I'm going through more crap here. What am I doing? I'm a nutcase. Right, if anyone's familiar with my stuff, they will have seen me being extremely critical about the Go 2. Okay, now What I will say though, I've already tested the Go 2 briefly on a GoPro using the 3.5mm mic adapter, which is what I'm using here right now, which has got the exact same audio componentry inside it as what the medium mod has got. There's no difference between them. And I'm very happy to say that the Go 2 does not have any issues with any of the GoPro interface, and so that will be one of the mics I'll do as quickly as I can now, because I really would like to do something positive about that microphone, because I think people must think I've got it in for that mic, which I haven't. It just is terrible with certain camera setups, although as a USB mic it's great, but it seems to be great with the GoPro. So yeah, dive into that and a bunch of other... Oh, shut up, Dave, get off. Right, I've said enough. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.